everyone, time for more walking thoughts. Today I'm going to specifically talk about walking and one aspect of it, one benefit of walking. And it's a theory that I have. I'm not really sure how accurate it is because I'm not a psychologist, but it's a theory. And here we go. And I kind of noticed that I do my best thinking while I'm walking. And I know some people have said that they do their best thinking in the shower or something, and it may be a similar effect going on. But what seems to be happening is when I'm walking, I am entertaining myself with YouTube or music or something, but a thought crosses my mind while I'm listening or watching sometimes, and I kind of get distracted by the thought, and then I kind of tune out whatever I'm listening to and start thinking about my thought. Well, instead of kind of missing the videos, sometimes I just want to, get to my thought, and kind of it's an interesting thought, and I just want to think about it, think it through. So I pause the video and just think about it. Well, I come to realize that when I have these thoughts, so what I've come to realize or hypothesize is I'm doing extra mental processing while I'm walking, and it seems to be my theory is what is happening is the back and forth motion of the steps is kind of mimicking the same effect you get when you're REM sleeping. REM means rapid eye movements, and that's a back and forth motion of your eyes. And I think that psychologists think that's when you're sleeping, and that's when you're dreaming, is when you have these rapid eye movements. And dreams are just processing of thoughts throughout the day into a way that your mind can settle the ideas, or kind of just process through your thoughts through the day, or maybe what's coming up in the day. And it's kind of just dreams are a processing mechanism for our thoughts. And if that's the case, my theory is that while I'm walking, I'm mimicking the REM aspect of sleeping because of the back and forth motion of my legs and the sensory inputs between my left foot and my right foot back and forth. And it's kind of a similar process to dreaming, maybe on a lower scale, because there's all sorts of other stuff going on when you're sleeping. But that's my theory. And my theory, well, I guess technically hypothesis, my hypothesis is slightly more, not to say justified, but slightly more emphasized by an example I had yesterday, where I had this, what I thought was this great idea for a series of YouTube videos, and I won't necessarily get into that series of YouTube videos, that idea, because that would take another 20 minutes probably, and it's beside the point. But this theory that I had was a series of YouTube videos, and it sounded like this great theory, or this great idea. And so I was thinking about it like the whole walk, and I was probably thinking about it for a good hour, which is about 2 laps of my neighborhood. And I kept kind of refining the idea and making it better, and kind of coming up with a solid plan. But later on in the day, after kind of talking about this idea with a couple of friends, I had this feeling that's very similar to when you dream. When you dream, you have this great idea for a book or a movie or something, or a video game, and you think, oh, wow, that's an awesome idea. I need to figure out a way to put that game or put out that movie or something like that. But as you move further on in your day, you're thinking about it again and you're like, yeah, that's just stupid. That's kind of ridiculous. That's crazy. I can never make it work the way that I really feel it in the dream. So it would be very difficult to pull off and a lot of effort for something that might not even work. And maybe that's yourself talking yourself out of an idea. And if that's the case, maybe let me know in the comments. But how it applies here is there's a very similar feeling that I had yesterday, like throughout the day and after I talked to my friends about this YouTube video idea. And after processing it and after like being awake and conscious with the idea, I sort of looked at it as kind of crazy and stupid and just ridiculous. It's like, nah, I can never pull that off and I can never make it work. That seems kind of just, it started to seem kind of dumb, you know? And once again, maybe that's me talking myself out of it. But it's a very, very similar feeling mentally when I think about a dream that I have that later in the day seems ridiculous, and this idea for YouTube videos that I got while walking, and later in the day it seemed ridiculous. And I think that a similar thing is happening when you are walking. You're mentally processing ideas because of the back and forth motion of the walking, just like the back and forth eye movements while you're dreaming. So my theory is walking is a way to process thoughts that you don't normally get, like throughout the day. So I guess overall my theory is walking can kind of mimic REM sleep to a smaller, less intense degree. And when it comes to thought processing, because the ideas I have in dreams later seem ridiculous, and the ideas I have while walking sometimes later seem ridiculous, and it's a very, very similar feeling I have in my head when I look at both of those situations. So that's my theory, and I don't know. I feel like there's something to that, and anybody out there with a psychology degree, please let me know if there's anything to that. Yeah, so there it is.